My daughters claimed I wasn't their real dad, so I stopped acting like one. But soon they regretted what they did. I, 42M, never thought I'd be writing this, but here I am. I've been married to my wife for 17 years, and we have 2 daughters, 16 and 14. I've raised them since they were born, changed their diapers, taught them to ride bikes, helped with homework, and been there for every milestone. Or so I thought. It all started 3 months ago during a heated argument over my older daughter's curfew. She wanted to stay out until midnight with her new boyfriend, and I said no. Things escalated quickly. "You can't tell me what to do. You're not even my real dad," she screamed. I stood there, frozen. My younger daughter, who was sitting on the couch, looked up from her phone and added, "We've known for years. Mom told us." The world stopped spinning. I looked at my wife, expecting her to jump in and correct them, but she just stood there, pale-faced and silent. That was answer enough. I walked out of the house without a word, drove around for hours, trying to process what had just happened. When I returned late that night, everyone was asleep. I slept in the guest room, and the next morning, I confronted my wife. She confessed that yes, biologically, I wasn't their father. Apparently, she had been in contact with her ex when we first got together and had slept with him twice, once resulting in our older daughter, and again resulting in our younger one. She claimed she had planned to tell me years ago, but couldn't find the courage. She insisted she never told the girls, and that they must have overheard her talking to her sister on the phone one day. I was devastated. 17 years of my life felt like a lie. But these were still my daughters, or so I thought. I tried to talk to them, but they were cold, distant. They made it clear they didn't see me as their father anymore. Fine, I thought. If that's how they want it, I'll stop being their father. I didn't make any dramatic announcements. I simply stopped doing the things a father does. No more rides to school or activities. No more helping with homework. No more paying for their phones or shopping trips. No more asking about their day or offering advice. I was polite but distant, like a roommate rather than a parent. My wife noticed immediately and begged me to reconsider. "They're just teenagers saying hurtful things," she said. "They didn't mean it." "They meant it enough to say it," I replied. "And you meant it enough to hide the truth from me for 17 years. The first week was tense, but uneventful. By the second week, the cracks started to show. My older daughter missed her dance recital because I didn't drive her there. My wife was stuck at work and couldn't get away in time. When she came home furious, I simply said, "I'm not your father, remember? Ask your mom to call your real dad." My younger daughter's phone broke, and she asked me to buy her a new one. I politely declined. "That's a parent's responsibility," I said. "And according to you, I'm not your parent." I know it sounds petty, but years of love and dedication being thrown back in my face had broken something inside me. I wasn't trying to punish them. I was just taking them at their word. By the third week, my wife was at her wit's end. She was trying to work full-time while suddenly handling all the parenting duties. The girls were constantly calling her at work, complaining about me. I overheard her telling them, "He's still your dad in every way that matters. You two really hurt him." Update 1*. It's been a month now. Last night, things came to a head. My older daughter needed help with her calculus homework, something I used to help her with regularly. She hesitated at my door, then asked if I could help. I looked up from my book and said, "I'm sure your mom can find you a tutor." She burst into tears. "Why are you being like this?" "I'm just respecting your wishes," I said. "You made it clear I'm not your father." "I didn't mean it," she cried. "I was just angry." "Words have consequences," I replied. "You can't just say things like that and expect everything to stay the same." She ran to her room, and I could hear her sobbing. Part of me wanted to go comfort her, but another part, the wounded part, held me back. My wife came home later and found me sitting alone in the dark. "This has gone on long enough," she said. "You're punishing them for my mistake." "No," I said. "I'm letting them experience the reality they claimed they wanted." The next morning, I found a note slipped under the guest room door. It was from my younger daughter. "I'm sorry. I miss my dad." Those 6 words broke me. I sat on the edge of the bed and cried for the first time since this all began. Update 2*. 2 weeks after the note, we had our first family therapy session. The therapist suggested we all share our feelings without interruption. My younger daughter went first. "I only said that because I was mad that you were always stricter than my friend's parents," she admitted. "Mom never told us anything. I just wanted to hurt you because you wouldn't let me go to that concert." My older daughter nodded. "I heard Mom on the phone once talking to Aunt Lisa about biological father, and I just used it as a weapon. I didn't think about how much it would hurt you." When it was my turn, I struggled to find the words. "For 17 years, I've been your dad in every way that matters. When you both said I wasn't your real father, it felt like everything I'd ever done for you meant nothing. Like I was disposable." My wife couldn't look me in the eye as she spoke. "I made a terrible mistake both in being unfaithful and in keeping the truth from you. I was scared of losing you, but my fear and selfishness has hurt everyone. The therapist asked if I was ready to resume my role as their father. I said I needed time to think. On the drive home, my older daughter asked quietly from the back seat, "Do you still love us?" I never stopped, I answered honestly. That's why it hurts so much. That night, I moved back into the master bedroom. My wife and I talked until dawn. We have a long road ahead of us, but for the first time in months, I felt a glimmer of hope. Update 3 asterisk. It's been 3 months since therapy began. Things aren't perfect, but they're improving. I've slowly resumed my dad duties, though the relationship with my wife remains strained. We're in couples therapy now, in addition to family therapy. Last week was my younger daughter's volleyball game. I sat in the bleachers, watching her play. After they won, she ran straight to me, not her mother, and hugged me tight. "Did you see that last serve, Dad?" she asked excitedly. Dad. Such a simple word, but it meant everything. My older daughter and I went fishing last weekend, something we used to do regularly. As we sat in comfortable silence watching our lines, she suddenly said, "I looked him up online. My biological father." My heart stopped. "Oh," I managed to say. "Yeah, he's in prison for drug trafficking. Has been for years." She reeled in her empty line and recast it. You know what I realized? DNA doesn't make someone a father. Being there does. I didn't know what to say, so I just nodded. "I'm sorry," she continued. "For what I said. For how I acted. I was being a stupid teenager." "We all make mistakes," I replied. "The important thing is that we learn from them." As for my wife, that's more complicated. The betrayal runs deep, and trust is hard to rebuild. Sometimes I look at her and feel nothing but anger. Other times, I remember the good years and wonder if we can find our way back. The therapist says these feelings are normal and that healing isn't linear. For now, I'm focusing on being the dad my daughters need, regardless of biology. They've both apologized multiple times, and I can see they're making an effort to show appreciation for the things I do for them now. Last night, I was helping my younger daughter with her science project when she asked, "Are you and Mom going to get divorced?" "I don't know," I answered honestly. "We're trying to work things out. But you'll still be my dad, right? Even if you and Mom don't stay together." I put down the glue gun and looked her in the eye. "Always. No matter what happens between your mom and me, I will always be your dad." She smiled, relieved. "Good. Because you're the only dad I want." And in that moment, I realized something important. These girls didn't choose the circumstances of their birth any more than I did. They made a mistake, a big one, but they're learning from it. They're understanding the weight of their words and actions. As for me, I'm learning too. Learning that being a father isn't about DNA or obligation. It's a choice you make every day, through the good times and the bad. And despite everything, it's a choice I'm still willing to make. My daughters claimed I wasn't their real dad, and for a while, I stopped acting like one. They regretted it, and so did I. Because the truth is, being their dad is the most real thing I've ever done.